So there was. Let me just ask for Grace. He wants to know about Trump snorting. Was Trump doing Adderall? Oh, somebody asked a question connected. I want to ask about Adderall, and somebody asked a question about why he's so fat if he's if he's an Adderall addict. So so this is interesting. Okay, so then this is an interesting question. If he is an addict of Adderall, how come he's fat? He's supposed to be skinny if you are addicted to speed. So okay? What are his drugs? Does he take Adderall with drugs? Yeah, he has. So it shows, guys. Honestly, it shows that he. You probably know that Adderall is an upper, right? And so is cocaine. And so it shows that he's actually much more into cocaine than he's Adderall. The guy may have seen him do Adderall, but he also does cocaine. And he has more money and he does cocaine, okay, when he can. So I feel like he, how do you say? So this is the thing. It shows that he is kind of like, I don't want to say bipolar, but he has ups and downs, okay? Because if you're, like I'm saying, you're a speed freak or whatever you call it, it's the person's always on, never, no come down. But him, it's something different. It's like he has the mania, okay? He doesn't sleep, and then he gets like depressed or tired, and that's when he eats, okay? So I feel like there's an element of this, okay? And I think he did that more for partying and everything. Now he says he parties a little bit less, but that's that, okay? So guys, meth is something else. Methamphetamine is something else, I guess. Meth, okay? I don't know. Guys, full disclosure, I do take Adderall for ADD, okay? So it's interesting that for people that don't have what I have, it's an upper. For me, I could take one day and I fall asleep the next day. So it's kind of interesting, okay? So so it has a different effect. It's not always like upper for everyone. And obviously, people who take this recreationally, I'm sure they take huge quantities, and it's like they do it for recreational purposes, okay? So what I was gonna say, but anyway, so cocaine, interesting, yeah. So yeah, I just feel like he's an upper, guys. Okay, he's an upper type person, and he is also, because, and if you don't, this is for people. I don't know that he may have some sort of ADD. Okay, I don't know, but I've never taken cocaine. I don't know what it's like, but I think it gives you focus. So I would imagine that he would probably be interested in that type of thing. Okay, so, but it's just like you feel like he's very scattered. Okay, and guys, the first image I saw is that, do you remember there was a debate? I think it was even with Hillary. There was a white all over his nose. Do you remember this? I don't know if you remember this. There was images of it. It was obvious that he had done cocaine. Okay, it was pretty obvious. So it's telling me that for what he likes and what he is, cocaine gives a higher, what is it called? I don't know how to explain it. It's like a more intense emotion or something. Okay. So it's not working. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't even know you could. I mean, I don't know. It sounds kind of crazy. I would never. I can't even imagine snorting things. It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I don't know that. But anyway. So yeah, I don't know that it's just that he's a kind of person who, like I said, does uppers, and I think he's just But I don't. I mean, I feel like, guys, like I said, I don't. I think he has, what is it called? Like I said, there's something about him where he is, like, like me, like he's the lack. I mean, I have different. It's like he's distracted, okay. But I don't think that he has addiction, okay, in the sense that most people do. I get, not that, okay. I'm not super familiar with people who have addiction either. But I don't feel like he has this ego. Okay, this is interesting about him. He has a huge ego. And he is not, he is not it's for he, he's a thrill seeker. He has that maybe addictive personality like that, but he's not. There's something about self-preservation with him, okay, that he does not let himself be look bad, or he's aware of a lot of things, okay. So this is kind of interesting about him, okay. I don't think he is willing to let himself go in the way that he thinks, so he's not the kind of person, for example, who would be able to do heroin, okay, or like inject something on the arm, stuff like that. So you know what I mean? So I think his ego, this is the thing about him, his ego is very powerful, and he just keeps going because he thinks like I'm a queen, I'm a king, I'm this, I'm that. And so that keeps him going, okay? So that's it. And like I said, the weight gain has to do with, although he is mostly an upper, he has this personality bipolar, he's like, I'm not saying, like I said, I don't know that he's bipolar, but he has this like intensity, and then he gets like very depressed, and then he gets a thing, and then he gets, so and I think as you get older in his age, I think you sleep a lot less. So it's not like he would totally necessarily crash massively, okay? Is that he also doesn't need to sleep as much. So that's that, okay? So yeah, guys, honestly, this is the first, not the first, maybe the first time I've ever seen something positive about him to remember, is that he really is, there's just something about him, his ego. He's performing, he's always performing. And I think that's actually kind of interesting. It shows me here, that's his life force. It's evil, but it's the life force. He needs that attention. He's ongoing. He's like, da, da, da. So, all those things. Okay, so let me ask this question, actually. How come he's never had a heart attack, considering his lifestyle? Okay, and life force, it's saying life force. He has this will to survive, honestly, guys, and he has an ego, huge ego. I'm not saying, no, I'm not recommending to be like him, but it just shows that he, the fact that he wants to push people out, and he wants to go to the top, and he's lived a very intense life, but it's kind of like that's his energy, okay? He's not a depressed person, obviously, right? He's just, exactly, life just staged to manipulate. He's just like thrilled by what could happen. It's kind of like, it's a kind of, from what I'm observing here, it's interesting, okay, actually, to think about it, because it's interesting. A lot of people who are nice people and really good people, the whole thing with depression is like you blame yourself, and you like think about, like, can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine if you never had any self-doubt, if you had no doubts? It's like there's something like, it's amazing, if you live in that world. I'm not saying that I'm not justifying how he is. I'm not saying that it's good for him or anything, but it's just like, imagine it's like you're superhuman. You're like, I'm the greatest. I'm always awesome. Everything is great, and everybody does what I want. It's like, it's just really, you really always go up, and everything is always great, and yeah. And but he's in front of you. You're like, boom, get out of here, bitch. What? I don't know. It's just like, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's really, because it's so foreign. From example, like, I don't like a lot of human interaction. It's just like some people are different. I just cannot be like caring about like, oh, do they like me? Do you think I look good for the magazine? Like, do you believe my image or whatever? Like, that's how he is. What feeds him. So it's just very different from, I know, for me, and I'm sure a lot of people. But it's just interesting to see, and it's like the devil. Yeah, the it's like he burns. Yeah. So I don't know that he's into. Has a lot of meds. I don't know, guys. I just feel like. Yeah, it's the other thing, guys. Have you noticed? I'm not disputing healthy ideas about health, but for example, there's a lot of people who are like vegan or vegetarian or whatever, and they die early. Okay, like, it's like sometimes, honestly, it doesn't always mean that you're just because you're like just because you're super healthy from what we consider healthy doesn't mean that you're not going to die, or that you're going to die in weird, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I was just gonna say that I know people who are super healthy, and that, like, things happen to them, and that people that are really unhealthy like him and smoke cigarettes and don't have cancer. I'm not saying, guys, I'm not saying that, like I said, that it's, I'm saying, oh, don't do anything, just whatever, it doesn't matter, whatever. But it's just like, look at Keith Richards, guys. Keith Richards, yeah, he's fine. He's now I don't know how he's like, I'm done with drinking. Nah, I'm fine. No. So it's just, you know what I mean? It's kind of amazing. But did you read the book about one thing I thought was really remarkable about Keith Richards is that he when he was doing heroin, he got it from the pharmacy in England. They sold it, okay, from the pure heroin. He was not doing drugs from the street drugs. He was only getting the best drugs. So that may have something to do with it. He was only, I don't have good drugs, clean pharmacy direct for me. Hello, heroin, whatever. I'm sure that's not what happens with most people who are, street, like on the street or whatever. He was rich. Okay, let's just get real. It'll probably be a bit different. You know what I mean? So anyway, so now any other questions here? Okay.